Live, local, and talking about the teams that matter to you. This is Talkin Sports with Jim Shovlin on Fort Wayne Sports Station, 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Brought to you by McMahon's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
Good morning and welcome to Talkin Sports. Along with DC Hendrix, I'm Jim Shovlin. Thanks for tuning in as we're talking local sports of all sorts until the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. If you want to be part of the show, you can do so via the Goodwill Industries of Northeast Indiana text line. That number to call, to text, is 260-447-8500. That's 260-447-8500. We'll take a look at the text, see if it's airable, and we will air it if it is. So do that. If you've got a question, comment, suggestion, go for it. And in fact, this morning, I saw a question on social media yesterday. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, DC Hendrix.
Good morning, Shovy.
There he is.
DC, that's a good crowd noise.
You like that?
Yeah.
Did that really sound like a crowd?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just
pretty good.
Just one person.
On fire. On fire this morning.
Okay. I saw something on social media yesterday that posed the question, what professional or college team do you want to see lose every game they play? And I thought, what a fantastic question.
Great question.
What college or professional team do you want to see lose every time they play? And it can encompass whatever sport. And you can, send us a text on the Goodwill Industries Northeast Indiana text line. Once again, 260-447-8500. And then I'll come back to DC Hendrix because he ain't getting out of this that easy. What team, DC, would you love to see lose?
I don't know about every game, but there are teams where I would say I look at scores on the bottom ticker of ESPN or if it's MLB Network or NFL Network or NBA TV, I look at the bottom and see that they lose. It just makes my day go a little bit better.
You're still not mentioning a team.
I know, because I'm going to make some people mad. That's what's going to happen, and they're going to get fired up on the text line because they're not going to like one.
Oh, well, that's what the text line's for. We got it for an hour.
They're not going to like it.
Okay.
I'll say it, though. Hoosiers basketball.
Okay.
I'm a Purdue Boilermakers fan, so anytime IU basketball loses, I feel pretty good.
So you felt really good in the last several years.
Pretty much my entire life, yes. It's been pretty good.
Okay, and it's just that simple.
Yeah.
You can give us a team. You can tell us why.
Yeah.
One of my teams, and I have a few that I'm not fond of. One of them has become the Houston Astros.
Yep.
Or as I call them, the Trash Stros.
I'm a Mariners fan, so always been that way with them, too.
Yeah, it used to be the Cincinnati Reds back in the day because
everybody your age group loves the Reds.
That was part of the problem. You hit that nail on the head.
Yeah,
well,
that's it.
I'm still an A's fan. I used to be an Oakland A's fan, but then now they're in Sacramento for a few years. But when the A's and Reds played in the 1972 World Series, and I know that maybe more than half of you weren't born yet, so this is just a kind of a baseball history lesson. And the A's and Reds went 7 games. It was great. 2 evenly matched teams. The Big Red Machine against the Swinging A's, the Mustache Gang, and all the friends in my neighborhood, everybody that we got together with, there was probably a dozen kids that whatever sport it was, that was our favorite sport, and we'd play in the backyards and all that, and it was fun. But they were all Reds fans. I was the only A's fan. Well, I was probably the only A's fan this side of the Mississippi other than the Finley family. But
you're the only A's fan I've ever met in my life.
I'll see. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if you had another friend that was an A's fan, I'd want to meet him and talk with him. Yeah. So, and it was just, they were so arrogant and so, that the Reds were so much better. And then the A's 1-7, and then it all went away. But I thought, I can't, But now I respect several of them. Mm-hmm. I respect George Foster. Got to meet him, got to work with George a little bit. Mm-hmm. When he would come to town, he was a rep with A-Tech, the batting cage machine. And, guys like Tony Perez, the RBI machine, and guys like Don Gullett. Freddie Norman, who pitched for the Reds, I believe he was 5'7", but could still run it up there in the 80s and 90s. It was just incredible. There's a lot of guys that I Joe Morgan was another one that I respected. Davey Concepcion and Cesar Geronimo back then. And if you notice, I'm leaving out a name. Yeah. Let's move on. But then
had a chance to interview him, and you said no.
I did. I passed
right away.
Yep.
Right away.
Yep. I did not.
We'll let the listeners read between the lines.
Yep. Do you want to interview? Mm-hmm. No. And I go, no, because I'm not going to be hypocritical. Because
baseball-wise, I go Astros. That's recent more than before. I'm a Mariners fan, so always kind of been there. But Yankees, there's a few years where I had almost no choice but to cheer for the Yankees because I was a big Alex Rodriguez fan before all that stuff with him too. Ichiro was there. My favorite player of all time was there for a couple of years. So, but other than those years, I hate the Yankees too.
Okay. Yeah. See, I respect the Yankees and because they were doing what everybody else could have done. They just spent the money to get the good players, and then that transcended itself into
bought championships.
Everybody could have. There was nobody saying that the Pittsburgh Pirates couldn't have bought one too. But they didn't have the money or whatever. And anyway, I don't want to get that started. But, like you said with the Indiana Hoosiers, another team that I'm not fond of right now.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Indiana Pacers.
Yep. I knew it.
See,
I've always been not die hard, but I've been a huge fan of the Pacers pretty much since I was born.
Me too. I was an ABA Indiana Pacers fan.
I grew up
with Roger Brown and Mel Daniels, Billy Keller, Rick Mount.
Yep.
I think Bob Nedelicki, just Don Busey,
How'd you not
Darnell Hillman, Dr. Dunk.
You didn't even mention the best one.
The best one?
Yeah, McGinnis.
Well, George was there and then went to Philadelphia.
You said Slick already, right?
Slick was around for years and years, and then
See, I know.
I was just rattling some off, but I was a big Pacer fan. I remember I was one of the first kids in the neighborhood at the time to get a red, white, and blue basketball, and that was cool. And then all of a sudden, all the kids had them. And
my first live NBA game was it wasn't Bankers Life, it was
Conseco
Fieldhouse.
Yeah. And before that, it was Market Square.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was Market Square.
Yeah, they were Market Square. So
people heard me say Conseco Fieldhouse, are like, "Whoa, this kid's young." No, it was Market Square Arena.
Yeah,
when I went.
Market Square Arena, and anyway, and I guess a big reason for the disdain for the Pacers is because of the fact that they pulled the Mad Ants out of Fort Wayne. They made a business decision. But we were told that they weren't ever going to move a franchise, and then they did. And so I just, and unfortunately, I was invested in NBA basketball for those years
ultimately
while I worked for the Mad Ants.
Hasn't been the greatest decision either in hindsight. If you look at the crowds that they had.
Well, yeah.
Compared to, they were never like super incredible here either, but they were definitely better here than they are now.
Than they are in Noblesville, and and it's tough in the G League because, and especially in that close proximity, because you have people that well, do I go see the Pacers down at Cambridge, or do I go see the Boom in Noblesville? Mm-hmm. And the star power is much the reason they'll go and lean toward, Cambridge. But anyway, that's just another one of the teams. Once again, text line open, 260-447-8500, powered by Goodwill Industries in Northeast Indiana. Let us know what college or professional team you enjoy to see that they lose. And
I got one more too that it's kind of personal, more on just because I have a best friend who is diehard Colts, like diehard. Like anytime we get together, almost the first thing that comes out his mouth, Colts. It's really made me hate the Colts. It's always every year. This is the year. This is the year. Pretty much since Peyton Manning.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much since Peyton Manning. This is the year. Andrew Luck era. This is the year. Daniel Jones. This is the year. And I get tired of hearing it.
Yeah, well, and you have that. You have those fans that can get a little obnoxious. Yeah. There's a lot of people that are Cub fans around this area especially, but then there are a lot of people that are Cub haters because of the large number of Cub fans.
Most of the time you have disdain for a team, it's because of someone that makes you not like that team. Usually that's
it's not a player. It's not
right. It's usually
that's an interesting interesting take because it can be. I didn't like the Red Sox for a while.
Really? I've always
because I used to hear about it all the time. So yeah. So anyway, text line's open. Goodwill Industries, Northeast Indiana, 260-447-8500. Tell us who you like to see lose. The Fort Wayne Tincaps in action last night against Lake County. Austin DeCrescio and Ryan Whitman batting 1-2 in the Tincaps batting order, combined for 5 hits and 5 RBI. As Fort Wayne beat the Lake County Captains 8-3 in Midwest Baseball last night at Parkview Field. Continuing with the Christmas in July theme, which will be tonight as well, and fireworks post-game. That will, I believe, start at 7:05. We'll talk to Mike Nutter after the break, and he'll give us all the information there. Fort Wayne FC will play in Spokane, Washington tonight, and then return home to Ruoff Mortgage Field next Saturday, August 1st, to host Union Omaha at 7:30. And you know what, DC? I'm trying to think. It was Thursday evening, drove down 69 and passed Ruoff Mortgage Stadium, and I did notice a stark difference was fewer and fewer construction equipment were parked around there. It's coming to fruition. It's about complete, and that's when I want to go, and I want to see it when it's all done and ready to go. And I got a lot of friends and acquaintances that work for the FC and pour a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and a lot of sweat equity into this, and I want to see what the buzz is about.
Me too.
And
I'm going August 1st. That'll be my first game.
And I'm thinking about that as well, August 1st. So we'll see. But it sounds like the team is doing very well also. But anyway, we'll see what happens there. The entry for July 25th in Blake Sebring's book, Fort Wayne Sports History, chronological look at the history of Fort Wayne sports. On July 25, Southside grad Kathy Tyree wins a gold medal in the heptathlon at the U.S. Olympic Festival. Kathy Tyree was a two-sport star long before it was in vogue. She didn't just run track, she excelled. Same with basketball. In 1987, she was Purdue University's MVP in both sports, an unprecedented feat at the school. Her success led to an induction into the Purdue Hall of Fame in 1998. Tyree went on to place sixth in the 1988 Olympic trials in the heptathlon, and in 1998 she tried out for the WNBA's Minnesota Lynx. And also in 2005, Art Salzberg retires from Whoa Sports Talk. Now, hopefully you're old enough to remember that wonderful sports show that appeared on Whoa Radio, Chivit's run was with Art Salzberg and Dean Pantazzi as your hosts, and they had everything, local, regional, and, national as well, and did it so well from, I believe, 6 to 7 every weekday night on WOWO Radio, and it was incredible. Dean used to do the show oftentimes from the WPTA studios because he had to do the sports on the 6 o'clock news, and so he would take a break from 6:15 to 6:30. Art would handle it from there, and but this was before 1985. Think about this, DC. This was before internet and before social media and everything. Art made a deal with those at Federated Media because he worked full-time in sales for WOWO at the time as well. He made a deal with them that he would be able to take his lunch down at the Allen County Public Library, and he would peruse the regional newspapers, the Indianapolis Star, the Journal-Gazette, the News Sentinel, South Bend Tribune, things like this, the Bloomington Herald. And he used to get all of his sports news that way. And just with the time invested every day. And then he was also probably the best salesperson that WOWO has ever seen. And when I got into sales, in fact, just to kind of go off topic, but when I first got into sales, somebody told me, remember, nice guys finish last. Well, the person that obviously in sales says the nice guys finish last, never met Art Salzberg. The nicest, most gentlemanly person you're going to want to meet. And he didn't sell people things. He helped them gain market share. And he did it in such a way that was so thoughtful and so professional. But, in sports talk, finally in 2005, he left. And by that time, it was, let's see, was it Dean Pantazzi then left in, I think, 2004. Dean McNeil took his place. And then when Art Salzberg retired in 2005, somebody else took his place.
Do I know who that is?
Yep. Me.
Jim Shovlin.
You didn't know it, did you?
I did not.
Question.
I did not. I assumed it was you because you had that look on your face. Like,
and then when I was approached to start this show, Talkin Sports, right here, I was approached by a gentleman in Bluffton, Indiana, who wanted me to do a show at the Bluffton radio station. And he said, I want to do it in local sports. And I go, I don't know anything about Bluffton sports. He goes, no, I want to market to Fort Wayne. Oh, okay. He said, I want you to, will you host the show? I said, well, I'll think about it, and here's how much we'll pay you. But I said, okay. I said, what's the name of the show? And they go, it's up to you. Well, what's the content? It's up to you. And so I thought, okay. So all I did was I was a big fan of Sports Talk with Art and Dean. I just flipped the name from Sports Talk to Talkin Sports. And there we had it. And that was back in 2008. So anyway, but Art Salzberg, what a gentleman, one of my professional heroes.
Worked with him many times.
Oh,
all pleasant.
I talked to him countless hours on what to do, how to get better at a myriad of things. So just a wonderful guy. Before we go to break, I want to tell you about my friends at Kaleigh. Do you have a water softener? Do you know what kind it is? Does it just sit there and maybe you might dump salt in it every once in a while? Call Kaleigh today, 484-8668. That's 484-8668 for a water softener inspection. $29.95 gives you peace of mind. You'll find out once a technician gets there and takes a look, they'll run a few tests of your water. Then they'll take a look at the softener and make sure that it's running optimally. And if it is, they'll let you know. If it isn't, they'll let you know. That's the integrity and character that Kaleigh has in Fort Wayne, Indiana. If you have hard water, you do not want your water softener to, not be performing like it should, because your waterborne appliances, your dishwasher, your washing machine, your water heater all cost a lot of money to replace because you've had crummy water running through those items for an extended period of time. Call Culligan today for peace of mind. $29.95. 484-8668. Give your people Culligan water. We'll be right back with Mike Nutter. You're listening to Talkin Sports on 1380 The Fan, 100.9 FM.
You might not be thinking of Christmas yet, but Goodwill Industries is. It's Christmas in July in all 8 of our Northeast Indiana stores for the entire month of July. Hi, I'm Kevin Morse, President and CEO of Goodwill Industries of Northeast Indiana, and I'm inviting you to celebrate Christmas every day of July by getting 50% off Christmas decor through July 31st. And to help you get ready for back to school, we'll be holding a 50% off store-wide sale on Saturday, July 25th. So 50% off all Christmas decor every day in July and 50% off store-wide on Saturday, July 25th. When you donate or shop at Goodwill, you help us work with people with barriers to employment find meaningful work in our community. You also help high school students with disabilities between the ages of 14 and 22 get the extra help they need in preparing for finding a job when they're done with school. Please visit any or all of our 8 Goodwill stores in Northeast Indiana and enjoy 50% off store-wide on Saturday, July 25th and 50% off Christmas decor every day in July. Some restrictions apply. Our stores are open 10 to 7 Monday through Friday, 10 to 6 on Saturday, and noon to 5 on Sunday. Thanks for supporting the mission of Goodwill, and remember, your donations are accepted at all Goodwill locations.
Don't risk losing the news, sports, and weather that AM radio delivers. When cell and internet service fail, AM is your lifeline. With time running out, your voice matters. Text AM to 39179 and tell Congress vote yes on the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act to keep AM radio in cars.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
America just turned 250 years, and Glenbrook Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is celebrating in a big way. Right now, you can drive home a 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee for just $459 per month, or a 2026 Jeep Cherokee for only $389 per month. Lastly, we have a 2026 Jeep Compass for just $295 per month.
Looking for a crazy truck deal? Glenbrook is taking up to $22,000 off select Ram 1500 models, and it doesn't stop there. Glenbrook Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram also offers mobile service, bringing you convenience straight to your driveway.
That's huge, Ryan. And with our 5-star rating and our proud history of serving Fort Wayne since 1979, Glenbrook is the dealership generations of drivers have trusted for great vehicles, great service, and a better buying experience. Come celebrate America's 250th birthday with huge savings worth celebrating at Glenbrook Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Fort Wayne on Coliseum Boulevard.
Under the giant American flag, or visit us online at GlenbrookDodge.com. Glenbrook Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, serving Fort Wayne since 1979.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important, trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Oak Cliff Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Now on My Deals Fort Wayne, Coterie Pizza. Coterie Pizza, where friends and flavors meet. Enjoy their unique and classic pizzas from an Italian stone oven with a self-pour beer wall and plenty of seating. Certificates are limited. Head over to MyDealsFortWayne.com to claim your deal today. Now on My Deals Fort Wayne, Coterie Pizza. Coterie Pizza, where friends and flavors meet. Enjoy their unique and classic pizzas from an Italian stone oven with a self-pour beer wall and plenty of seating. Certificates are limited. Head over to MyDealsFortWayne.com to claim your deal today.
Mommy, let me do it. Where did it go?
Explore the science beyond the flush Tours and interactive science experiments for the whole family. Fill the day at the free Waterworks Fun Fest on Saturday, July 25th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Join the fun and explore the science behind the flush. An up-close look at the bugs that clean the water. Interactive hands-on experiments with Science Central. Engineers and river advocates. Cameras investigating more than 1,000 miles of pipes. Big trucks to climb on. Games, prizes, food trucks, music, and guided tours of the massive 100 million gallons per day water pollution control plant.
Join the free fun and explore Waterworks Fun Fest from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday, July 25th at the amazing Water Pollution Control Plant, 2601 Dwenger Avenue. That's 2601 Dwenger Avenue.
Sponsored by OmniSource and Fox Contractors. You don't want to miss Waterworks Fun Fest, a free family-friendly event, and discover the science behind the flush.
Now back to Talkin Sports with Jim Shovlin on Fort Wayne Sports Station, 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to Talkin Sports. I'm with DC Hendrix. I'm Jim Shovlin. Thanks for tuning in as we're talking local sports of all sorts until 10 a.m. If you'd like to be part of the show, you can do so via the Goodwill Industries Northeast Indiana text line at 260-447-8500. That's 260-447-8500. And the question DC and I are asking this morning, what college or professional teams do you enjoy seeing them lose? Seeing them lose. And DC and I have both kind of made ours known, but I've had some things come in on the text line. TS, anything IU.
Let's go.
Another one, absolutely love when the Hoosiers lose.
Let's go.
I'm with you, DC, and a Notre Dame fan. And we were talking about Art Salzberg. Sports Talk was extended to 2 hours eventually, but I can't recall when that happened. And I remember when Sports Talk was completely over. I remember going to a Fort Wayne Wizards game one of the next nights. It was over on like a Friday evening, and so at that time, Monday, I went to a Fort Wayne Wizards game. And I'm sitting there watching the game, and Mike Nutter walks up to me and says, "Hey, have you ever done PA for baseball?" And full disclosure, I hadn't. But I said, "Oh, yeah, hey, it looks pretty." He said, because we have a PA announcer up there who's also in group sales, and he said, and I quote, he's about ready to jump out the window, frustrated sometimes. And because it was tough to take care of your groups that are in attendance while still doing PA. And so I went up, took a look at it, and thought, I'll give this a try. And, the rest is history. So, on the Talkin Sports phone line with us, sponsored by Summit Choice Credit Union, is that gentleman, Fort Wayne Tincaps president, Mike Nutter. Mike, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Sorry I was on the DL last week. That parasites made a lot of news recently, and I was one of those victims.
You know what? You and several thousand others.
Yes.
And I just wish they would find the root cause, please.
Yeah.
I am a salad lover, and especially these days, but I'm scared to death to order a salad anywhere just because of that.
What better reason than to come out to the ballpark for some ballpark food tonight and tomorrow?
Well, that's what I did, and I was out there Wednesday, and I saw Julie out there, Julie Rumslag, and she said that you were kind of watching the desk for her while she was snapping some photos of her son being the visiting bat boy, and she and her daughter were there, and so we chatted for a while, and so she said that you were watching the desk and you didn't mind doing that at all that day.
Not at all.
So,
hey, before we go any further, I'd be remiss not to say Merry Christmas, my friend.
Yes, it's Christmas in July, and it's tonight too, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Last night was a Christmas miracle. The home team won. And on Christmas Eve, and we're back at it tonight. I joke, we're 21-21 at home this year. It feels like when we win, they're awesome, exciting games. And when we lose, we're not always all that competitive. But we're right around 500. We're a few games back. We're in the top 5 in the country for all 120 teams in attendance this week at all levels. The other night, it was so awesome. 120 minor league teams, 3 of the top 4 attendances in the country, Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, and South Bend. And so people can say a lot about the Hoosier State, but everybody would agree there's a ton of baseball fans around here.
How about that? Yes, and I saw that on social media, and it makes you proud when you see that. And it's the same thing. If cross sports as well. When, let's say hypothetically, in the early months of the baseball season, if the Comets have a playoff game and the Tincaps have a home game, yet 16,000 people choose to come out to one or the other in total, I mean, that just makes me feel good about our sports community.
No doubt. And sometimes both, the double dip. And I remember last year, the Holiday Lights, we were joking about Christmas. I remember Holiday Lights last year. There were many instances where people were coming out with the brown sweater. And it's like, almost like apologetic. Hey, sorry, we're going to the game later. And it's like, don't be sorry about anything. We're one of the top minor league sports towns in the great country that we live in. And you know what? Come see the Lights, go to their game, vice versa. There's room for everybody. And that's what's so great. You've seen it. You've been a part of it with the Mad Ants and other stuff. If you give people a good form of entertainment at a reasonable price, people in this region will support it, especially sports.
No doubt about it, Mike. Hey, Mike, we had a text that came in that the gentleman texted in last week, but it was he wanted to know how Chicago Tom is doing, if you know.
You know what? I love that question. He's doing well. So fans that love to see him, he's typically out here 2 days a week during the series, always on Thursday night, and sometimes another night. And so absolutely doing well. He had some scans recently. I've got full permission to talk about this. His attitude has never wavered. He's got some scans that he was telling me about the other night where there's some stuff pushing on a disc or something like that in his back. And so that's going to be the next thing that they go after and attack. But, man, get out here the next time the team's in town on a Thursday because he's out here. He's still got all the rap down. You wouldn't know it walking by him. He's the happiest and most blessed guy in the world. And so great question, something we always like talking about. He's still going through some stuff, but the attitude is there, and everybody's optimistic.
Great to hear about Tom LaBarbera, and he listens and will text in from time to time as well, and we love the guy. Also in the same text, and this is where you make your big money here. I would also like to know why they went to mustard and ketchup packets rather than the dispensers they used to have.
Great question. No, genuinely it is. It's probably been a bigger thing than we thought. So trust me when I say it's not because it's cheaper. We didn't like the look of the dispensers because after 25 people go through the line or one kid in middle school, it appears that the table's filled with ketchup, mustard. There's stuff everywhere. We made the decision to make it packets. Then you get your hot dog. You get your burger. Grab a couple packets. Go back to your seat. Put it on there. The reality of it is we've said over the years, is anything a lot more impactful than this or things like this, we'll take a look at it at the end of the season. It doesn't seem like people have liked it. We thought it was a cleaner look. We thought it was a better look in terms of just not stuff all over the table. And you're running out there on a big night last night where it's 7,100 or a big night like tonight where it could be 75 or 8,000. It's hard to keep the pumps full. but we've heard enough feedback to think maybe we got this one wrong and it's time to go back to the other stuff.
Okay, great answer to a great question. Let's talk Tincaps baseball, and, well, let's talk about the promotion. As we said at the top, Christmas in July. Tell some of the listeners unfamiliar what Christmas in July entails at Parkview Field with the Tincaps.
So it entails a team alternate jersey last night and tonight of a tacky Christmas sweater. Think of what that is. And then think of one of the biggest starting pitchers in the minor leagues, Cash Mayfield, pitching in that one last night. And so it's silly, it's quirky. Tony Desplaines has outdone himself with this one. So there's also Johnny going around as Johnny Claus like he does for Holiday Lights. We've got some of our Holiday Lights stuff out and about for last night and tonight with candy canes and nutcrackers and all kinds of things. There's a nutcracker promotion. We've already pre-sold a ton. The rest are in the ballpark right now. And if somebody wants a Johnny Nutcracker thing, meant to be silly. And that's what it was last night. It was awesome. It was Tony spinning all kinds of Christmas tunes throughout, Christmas-themed promotions. We used to do it every few years if we caught the July weekend like this one, and we brought it back this year. There's been a lot of success with our Holiday Lights. We're coming back with that this fall and winter in year 3. It's going to be up to 2 million lights, and so we actually said, while we're doing the Christmas in July weekend with the Tincaps, let's put the Holiday Lights tickets on sale and make them $10 for anybody that buys them the first few days. And we've sold almost 1,000 tickets for those as of this morning. Those can be undated. You can do them as a Christmas gift. You can do all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of fun. And in our case now, it incorporates some Tincaps baseball promotions, but also the thing that we do in the winter. And the coolest thing about the winter deal is we hear from the restaurants downtown, the hotels, the boutiques, the shops. The last 2 years, we had our best November and December ever. We're not sitting here saying, hey, look at us, how great we are. But a lot of the impact and success of Parkview Field is outside our walls. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to bring it back this year. Originally, it was 1 million lights. Last year, it was 1.5. This year, we're going to 2 million. I'm here to tell you, we don't have room to add 500,000 lights every year. We're going to start setting them up in July. And so we're excited about the Tincaps. Mother Nature is one of our best marketers still after all these years. It's been picture perfect. This week, it's dry again tonight with a high of like 77. First pitch at game time is going to be like 74 degrees. Tomorrow, it does get warmer. Tomorrow, we come back with Manzana's Luchadores and a post-game autographs from our buddy Ben Smith with Midwest Box Breaks. And, a fan said to me last night, I stay out of the trade stuff till after it happens, because I have no idea. Truthfully, are the Padres going to be buyers or sellers? But a fan mentioned me last night, hey, I'm coming out Sunday. I'll see you back Sunday. It's the last autograph day before the trade deadline, and the fan kind of winked and said, you never know.
Very nice, very nice. Well, Mike, get better, and thank you so much for joining us this morning. And go Tincaps. Might see you out there tonight or tomorrow.
I hope so. Thanks so much, Jim.
All right. That was Mike Nutter, president of the Fort Wayne Tincaps, in our weekly Tincaps chat. And we're going to go ahead, step out, take a break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking with Comet legend Lincoln Kaleigh Schrock, general manager of the Parkview Sports Medicine Icehouse. And he's going to tell us all about State Wars, the roller hockey tournament that is going on now through August 3rd and pumping some big bucks into the Fort Wayne economy. We'll do all that when we return. You're listening to Talkin Sports on 1380 The Fan, 100.9 FM.
East Indiana is a proud sponsor of Talkin Sports. If you like great deals, today is your day. Goodwill is holding a 50% off sale today in all 8 of their Northeast Indiana stores. Apparel, houseware items, books, CDs, collectibles, all at 50% off today from 10 to 6. You can shop and save big all in one trip. Goodwill empowers and prepares people for independence through training, personal growth, and work. You help support the Goodwill mission by shopping in any of our 8 stores today, and you save 50% on your entire transaction. Some exclusions apply. Go to www.fwgoodwill.org to find out more about Goodwill Industries of Northeast Indiana.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal. Book telehealth if you feel.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, saved time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Bowling is my sport. I'm a bowling warrior, but my plantar fasciitis hurts so bad. I felt like I didn't want to bowl anymore. I was devastated.
This is Lori, and this is her Good Feet story.
I was in constant pain for over 5 years because I was constantly trying to find something to help me feel better, and I wasn't getting it done. But then I found happiness at the Good Feet store and my Good Feet arch supports. With these arch supports, my game is fabulous, and I'm not thinking about my feet anymore. I'm just knocking pins down.
For over 30 years, the Good Feet store has been helping improve the quality of people's lives 2 feet at a time.
Outside of bowling, I still wear my arch supports. They fit my vibe, my energy. I know my feet are going to be supported. I know I'm going to be balanced. It allows me to do anything with ease. I don't even think anymore about my feet. I really just say, what's the next door I can open?
See how we can help you with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We're right around the corner from the Glenbrook Mall on Coldwater Road in the Joanne Plaza.
Let's be honest, nobody's excited about sales jobs right now because most people think that means cold calls, scripts, and pressure. That's not what this is. This is marketing strategy. Real businesses, real impact, real creativity. Helping local companies figure out how to actually get customers using radio, digital, streaming, social, all of it working together. You're not just selling ads. You're helping businesses grow. And yeah, if you're good at it, you'll get paid like it. We don't expect you to know everything. We'll train you. We'll coach you. We'll show you how it works. What are we looking for? People who can talk to other humans. People who can think. People who don't need everything handed to them. Because this isn't about where you start. This is about what you build. If this sounds like you, we should talk. Because the future of media isn't declining. It's evolving. And we're looking for people ready to lead it. Apply now at federatedmedia.com. Federated Media is an equal opportunity employer.
If you're someone wondering why there's not a sophisticated establishment to gather with friends and coworkers at the end of a stressful day, listen closely to the next 20 seconds. DuPont Bar and Grill introduces you to the J.D. Bourbon and Cigar Lounge in Leo Crossing, attached to DuPont Bar and Grill. Upscale and comfortable with a huge variety of top bourbons and quality cigars direct from Regals. After a business meeting, after a round of golf, or just because, check out the J.D. Bourbon and Cigar Lounge. Now open Wednesday through Saturday, 4 to 9, next to DuPont Bar and Grill in Leo Crossing.
Now back to Talkin Sports with Jim Shovlin on Fort Wayne Sports Station, 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to Talkin Sports. Along with DC Hendrix, I'm Jim Shovlin. Thanks for tuning in as we're talking local sports of all sorts till the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. If you want to be part of the show, you can do so via the Goodwill Industries and Northeast Indiana text line. 260-447-8500. That's 260-447-8500. If you've got something on your mind or have a question for one of our guests. And we got a text that came in. It said, without a doubt, anytime Ohio State loses at anything, but especially in football. And sometimes I tend to maybe agree with that. As well, we're asking this morning, what college or professional teams do you like to see lose? And our text line is open for those comments, and we've had several come in this morning. But right now, we're going to go to the Talkin Sports phone line, powered by Summit Choice Credit Union, because on there, waiting patiently, is one Lincoln Kaleigh Schrock, the general manager of the Parkview Sports Medicine Icehouse. Schrocky, good morning, my friend.
Good morning. Glad to be back on the show, Chubby.
Well, glad to have you, and we could do this all the time if you want to. But, hey, tell us about in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and encompasses, I don't know how many teams, but there are many.
Yeah, it's 363 teams, over 10,000 players. The event runs for a 2-week period, July 21st to August 3rd, and we have 3 sheets of ice taken out of the ice house and all roller hockey floor, and then the Coliseum's also got a floor down for their the pro division and some other games for the tournament. So, yeah, I mean, it's an unbelievable event. It's our 6th time doing it, and, you know, it brings probably estimated this year $3.7 million of revenue to the city with hotels, food, and gas. So it's, I mean, it's an unbelievable event, and we're proud to host it.
$3.7 million. That's incredible. Unbelievable. And that's where people go, oh, well, sports in this town isn't of any consequence whatsoever. Well, yes, it is. And hats off to you, everybody at PSM. Visit Fort Wayne, Jasmine, Zavala, and everybody included there for making this a recurring thing. Let's put it this way: if it wasn't for Todd Ramsey and his vision many years ago, we wouldn't have had the 3 sheets of ice either.
No, and you're spot on there. I think you know, the ownership group deserves a lot of credit. Visit Fort Wayne, like you mentioned, Jasmine. That team has played such a role in getting state awards, not only state awards but other events as well. But of course, this is the biggest. We do it once every 3 years, and you know, Tim McManus, the owner of State Wars, he deserves a lot of credit too, because he runs a tight ship, and for having, you know, over 10,000 players in this tournament and over 350 teams, you can imagine what it is like to put that schedule together and make sure everything runs on time. And he just does a fantastic job, and it's been a pleasure working with that group too. But yes, it takes an all-hands-on-deck approach to make this work, and so far, so good this year, knock on wood. There's been everything's been going smooth here in the first couple days.
Well, and you have a 6 and under division for kids, and then you talked about the pro division. Tell us first about the 6 and under division. Is this like herding kittens or ants at a picnic, or is this pretty focused?
It's just. No, it's, you know, the kids obviously at that age, and it should be all around youth sports. You just want them to go out and have fun and get them, keep them moving. But, I mean, it is something else to see the little ones, you know, rolling around out there, and they're, you know, and I always get nervous. We just put a new roller hockey or new lobby floor down, and the kids are wheeling around the floor. I just say they're just like gremlins. They keep multiplying, you know. You just hope no one runs into each other. But it's no, and also, you know, not only the 6U group, but there's a girls pro this year, and got to catch a couple of those games last night when I was working, and I think they're going to finish up today at this weekend at the Coliseum. But honestly, it's been such a sight to see. I mean, you have all different ages, different skill levels, of course. And then how about this? You got a team from New Zealand, Great Britain, Colombia, Sweden, Mexico, of course, Canada. Throw them in there. So it was cool. A couple of kids from New Zealand that came up to the front desk and were chit-chatting with some of our staff, and they were telling us how much they enjoyed the facility and liked being here. So all in all, just a great event for a variety of reasons.
We're talking this morning with Kaleigh Schrock, general manager of the Parkview Sports Medicine Icehouse, and talking about State Wars 22. that is going on right now at Parkview Sports Medicine Icehouse and the Memorial Coliseum as well. And as Kaleigh said, pumping $3.7 million into the Fort Wayne economy. And that should be something that is billboarded all over town when you think about it. Just an incredible number. But let's talk now about the Pro Division, because if I'm not mistaken, there were former Comets and current Comets at the time that have put teams together or played on teams and such that have been part of this State Wars as well, haven't there?
You're right about that. I know Zidlowski used to do it. He's not this year. I think Petrozelli's playing on a team, and then Hawkins is another name that Comet fans would know. He's pretty much a staple in State Wars, a big roller hockey guy. And then Pat Maroon, former NHLer. Wow. Typically, I don't know if he's in the tournament this year, but he's been in Fort Wayne in the past. So, but I think Hawkins is the one. Hawkins and Petey are the two that are playing this season, and I could be missing some. Of course, no current Comets that I know are playing other than Petrozelli from last year. But and these guys, Shovey, it is unbelievable to watch. And I played roller hockey growing up, but when you watch the pro guys, they stop on a dime like they're on ice skates with their wheels. And there's a different variety of wheels you can get depending on the surface you play on. Like if you're playing on harder, like you're playing on concrete, you need hard wheels. And then if you're playing on the sport court, it's a softer, it's a synthetic, but it's like a plastic, but it's a little bit softer. And so you need softer wheels. And, all the intricacies of the sport, there's a lot that goes into it, but to watch these guys just stop on a dime, it's on wheels, it's incredible.
Unbelievable. Yeah. It's, and of course I've put on blades myself and played a little bit of roller hockey back a few years ago until I got too old. And but it's such a lot of fun. But yeah, I couldn't see shaving the synthetic very very well unless you had certain wheels on the old roller blades. But my goodness, now is there an admission cost for spectators to watch this?
There is not. It's free admission. And the Pro Division is actually, they're going to finish up today, and then tomorrow is a championship game at 8:15, and all those games will be at the Coliseum. There's a $25,000 prize for the championship team. So there's some dough on the line, but yes, admission is free, and the schedule you can find on StateWarsHockey.com. If any of the fans want to go out to the Coliseum and check some of that out. But great opportunity, and they'll be amazed. Like, you watch these players, and they're not don't think that roller hockey isn't as tough as ice. Like, these guys give it to each other, and it's pretty impressive to watch.
Well, I can't let you go without asking you, can the Red Sox catch the Rays?
Can the Red Sox... I don't know if they'll catch the Rays, but if you want to help and give us Langoliers at the deadline, then I'd say maybe. But, we just went on this amazing run, tied the winning streak for franchise history. And during that run, they were still like 23rd or 24th in runs scored in the major league. So if they really, they have to get a bat if they want to I think if they want to sustain this. I mean, their pitching and defense is great, but you got to have some pop, especially if you're playing at Fenway Park, if you want to win in the playoffs or get there. So we'll see. But it's been a fun ride. I tell you, the last couple of weeks as a Red Sox fan for how miserable they were the first 3 months of the year.
Oh, I guess so. I think about you when I'd see that. They go on the win streak, and I'm like, I bet Rocky's happy. But, and Langoliers, love him with the A's, but he just turned down an $80 million offer. That doesn't bode well for his future in the green and gold. So, but, hey, maybe trade him before he gets hurt, too, because Rooker got hurt. He's on the 60-day. Kurtz is hurt on the 10-day. Any of the star power, my goodness, Wilson came off of there. Anyway, I could go on and on. But, boy, do we need pitching. But but anyway, hey, Schrocky, on a serious note, on a somber note, had a text that came in that said condolences to Schrocky on the passing of his mother. I read her obituary. I was amazed at all of her accomplishments and what a wonderful life she lived to the fullest. And that came in just a little bit ago. So our condolences as well.
Shovy, I appreciate you guys. She was a beautiful woman inside and out. And, the best part about sports is I got a call from a guy that that was our shortstop for a few years on the Yankees that I had just met through playing baseball on Sundays with you. Byers called and, just said that he was thinking about me, and that's why we do this. That's why we play sports, to have those relationships. And, my wife was like, "Who was that?" I was like, just a teammate of mine from baseball. Didn't matter whether it was college or men's league after I was washed up. It's just, and so that's what it's all about. And that's the great thing about sports. And, you're so important for what you do too, and bringing this all together. And, man, I appreciate you. And, thanks for having me on. And if anybody wants to get out and watch some roller hockey, hop online, check out the schedule, and come out to the Icehouse or Coliseum and check out some of this game on wheels.
Well, thank you, Schrocky. Yeah, it's always a pleasure, and I'm still a big hockey fan of yours as well. So I used to enjoy every single night you would go out and never take a shift off the entire time you played in front of me at the Coliseum. I'll tell you what. So that has always been something I've held on to. But yeah, that fraternity is real. And Byers called me after my little issue around St. Patrick's Day, and we sat and talked about everything and anything for about an hour. And it was so uplifting for me and just so therapeutic for me just to hear his voice. Hadn't seen him in a couple of years, and my goodness, but it's that sports fraternity, man. So
no, you're spot on, and hope you're doing well too. It sounds like you've mmade a great recovery, but yeah, you've been through the ringer as well.
Yeah, well, that's we get challenged, so it's what we do when we get challenged. So, Schrocky, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, that was Lincoln Kaleigh Schrock, general manager of the Parkview Sports Medicine Icehouse, giving us an update on State Wars. How about that, DC? $3.7 million pumped into this community from this tournament at PSM, and also in Jasmine Zavala at Visit Fort Wayne. Everybody at Visit Fort Wayne, from Emily Stuck and everybody involved. And oh my gosh, too many to mention, but they do such a good job of bringing events to Fort Wayne and making sure that they all have a great experience here, so they come back. And that's what State Wars does. So that's going to do it. Thanks so much to Mike Nutter. Still not 100%, but he's there. He answers the bell, by golly, and he was on with us. Also, thanks to Lincoln Kaleigh Schrock of the Parkview Sports Medicine Icehouse. Thanks to you, the listener. Thanks so much for your text. Thanks to DC Hendrix for keeping it all smooth at all times. And until next week, have a great week, everybody.
Podcasts by Federated Media.